Hi, I'm Garvin. Welcome to our telehealth video series. In this video, I will give a brief overview of what you need to know about stress. In particular, I will cover what is stress, how you treat stress, and how you can live more successfully with stress. So we start with what is it? Stress, the scourge of modern life, and it's everywhere. Stress is linked to an enormous amount of illnesses from obesity to infertility. To fully understand the threat, stress, we need to understand how and why it evolved. What purpose did it serve our ancestors, and is stress response required today in our modern human society? The stress response mechanism evolved on the plains of Africa millions of years ago. Its purpose back then was quite simple: to keep us alive, to protect us from predators whose goal was to kill and eat us. Due to this most primitive function, self-preservation, the way our bodies are affected by the stress response are extreme. When our ancestors on the plains of Africa were in mortal danger, the basics to survival were all that mattered. After an encounter on the plains, there was one of two possible outcomes. Either the encounter was over with and you survived, or you were over with. When our ancestors came face to face with death, this automatically triggered the release of massive quantities of two hormones from our adrenal gland, adrenaline and glucocorticoid. When fighting for survival, the basics of life are all that are required. The first thing the body does is to shut off anything that's not essential, such as growth, tissue repair, the immune system, reproduction. Also, the digestive system shuts down and we stop salivating, our mouth dries out. All resources are diverted to the heart, lungs and muscles, which gives us the best chances of escaping. So adrenaline, this hormone, causes the lungs to work overtime, pulling huge quantities of oxygen-rich air into the lungs. This provides an increased amount of fuel which will be required to drive the heart and leg muscles. And glucocorticoid, this hormone stimulates fat breakdown in adipose tissue. The fatty acids released are used for production of energy in tissues like the muscles. This release of fatty acids provides a ready supply of energy which will be required to keep the heart and legs and lungs working at maximum capacity. So the stress response has changed very little over time. The exact same stress response is found when a zebra is attacked by a lion. Adrenaline and glucocorticoid are released in massive quantities, which maximizes the zebra's chances of survival. If a zebra manages to escape, the zebra's body turns off this stress response after 5 minutes and gets back to normal daily activities. The exact same stress response mechanism is triggered in humans, and not for a life or death situation like the zebra, but for purely psychological reasons. Even thinking about paying your tax or worrying about repaying your mortgage can trigger the same life or death flow of hormones as seen when zebras' stress response is activated. So by not turning off the stress response, we wallow in a corrosive bath of hormones. We hyperventilate, our hearts pound and our muscles tense up. Stress was originally designed to protect us in a life or death situation, but in today's society, ironically, the stress response is more damaging than the stress itself, which is usually caused by some psychological nonsense like worrying about moving house or being stuck in traffic. Humans and animals have one fundamental difference. Zebras can turn off the stress response after 5 minutes, whereas chronic worry in humans keeps these hormones surging through our system for days on end. Chronic stress has been linked to heart disease, depression, diabetes, obesity, immune dysfunction, learning disorders, headache, irritable bowel syndrome, stomach ulcers. And the latest research on the effects of chronic stress, published by Professor Robert Sapolsky, a Stanford neurobiologist, suggests that stress is measurable and dangerous, and chronic stress has now been discovered to kill brain cells, shrink the brain, add fat to our belly, immune dysfunction, and finally to unravel our chromosomes. So next, how do you treat stress? If stress is causing you to feel anxious or depressed, your GP may prescribe medication to treat these conditions. If you're feeling depressed as a result of stress, you may be prescribed an antidepressant. So antidepressants affect the neurotransmitters in your brain. Neurotransmitters pass brain signals between each other. However, if you are depressed, some neurotransmitters do not work properly or at the correct level. Antidepressant medication boosts the activity of neurotransmitters so that brain signals are functioning effectively and your mood is stabilized. There are several medications which can help treat the symptoms of anxiety. These include sedatives, which help you to relax and calm down, antihistamines, antidepressants and beta blockers. And finally, how can you better live with stress? So being able to identify what is causing stress is an important step in preventing it. Identifying the triggers will enable you to take steps to avoid them and will help you to recognize when you're becoming stressed again. There are several ways that stress can be prevented. You may find some of the methods that are outlined below useful. Deep breathing, healthy eating, exercise, sleep, stop smoking, relaxation, simplify your life, manage your time wisely, be prepared, and eat smart. Finally, there are numerous products available at Lynch's Pharmacy in Douglas to assist you in managing stress more effectively on a day-to-day basis. To start with, we have numerous products to get you up and running on an exercise program, such as exercise balls, floor mats, and weights. We also have various supplements and products which you can purchase from us without a prescription, such as omega-3 fish oils, Omega, vitamin B and D, and light boxes for relaxation, blood pressure monitors and blood sugar monitors. So that brings this video to an end. Customers of Lynch's Pharmacy can avail of a brand new offering, a telehealth clinic. You can book a 30-minute clinic with us, and we help to increase your understanding of your illness. During a telehealth clinic, together, we create a cohesive management plan which enables you to take a more active role in managing stress with confidence. We provide you with the tools you need to live a healthy life. Call into Lynch's Pharmacy in Douglas or ring us on 021 436 6923 to find out more. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy and stay informed.